So if you see the smoke management design training syllabus, we start with the module 1, right? Introduction to architectural design.
Yeah.
So here we start
Okay.
with the site planning requirement, plot coverage area, space technical
Mm-hmm.
requirements, opening requirements, building stories, floor types, horizontal circulation elements, vertical circulation element, parking requirements, building types, sanitation requirement, disposal requirements, landscape, utility services. So whenever you have all the architectural, it will be including all these main elements. Okay, so if you go to one of the guideline, this is from Truckies. Okay, but this is all extracted from international standard basically. Okay, they have a there are many American standards are there, the British standards are there. Okay, so this is extracted from
Okay.
that building codes.
International.
Okay, yeah, the building regulations. So if you talk about here building regulation and design guidelines for architecture especially. Okay, so if you go further down, there are some definitions. You can talk. You can see that table of contents. There are a lot of items. You can see
Okay.
here architectural submittal requirement, general building principles, space technical
Okay.
requirements, opening requirements, building story, flow types, horizontal circulation elements, vertical circulation
Okay.
elements, access ramp requirements. So there are different types. Okay, like building development types. Then you talk about sanitation requirements, landscape requirements, utility services, refuse disposal requirement, swimming pool requirements. All guidelines is given here. Okay. So if you go further down inside, this is the introduction, and you have some definitions. Okay. So this
Mm.
definition, remember, uh, whenever we pronounce something like, for example, building. What do you mean by building? What do you mean by bathroom? What is that consultant?
Okay.
Okay. What is a contractor? So this basic idea. Okay, if you talk about consultant, a registered consultant holding a valid consulting engineer's license from Dubai Economic Development, right? So this is about consultant.
Yeah.
Okay, about contractor, a registered contractor holding a valid contracting engineer's license from Dubai Economic Development. Okay,
Okay.
so like that, there is a definitions here. What is a bathroom? A room containing a toilet bowl, wash basin, and bathtub or bathtub shower combination. A toilet and wash basin
Okay.
equals a half bathroom and a toilet. Wash basin and shower equalizes a three-quarter bathroom. So this is about definitions. Okay, so this is also very important for you to go in depth. Okay, if you are going to study about all the syllabus, like for example, if you go to my syllabus, okay, you have a AC ventilation, smoke management, chilled water system, water supply design, drainage system design, fire system design, electrical design, ELV design. If you want to cover all the syllabus, so very important to
Mm.
understand the building regulations. Okay, so that will
Okay.
helpful for you to carry the MEP calculations. Okay, you will have a basic idea. So if you go further down, okay, you see there are building. This is the gross area, right?
Okay.
So this is the building. You can see this is the you have a different spaces like you can see corridor. Okay, then you will find out toilets. You will find out
Okay.
staircases. Okay, you will find out
Mm.
some flat rooms, something like that. Different spaces. Okay, and
Okay.
here also there are some definitions given here. Okay, normally whenever the consultant they will do the stage wise. Okay, you have a concept stage, then you have a schematic design stage, then you have a detailed design
Mm.
stage. Okay, then you have to get the building permit stage. Then you have a revision stage.
Okay.
Okay, so it is not that very simply you will have IFC. There are multiple stages. Okay, we have a concept stage to get approved from, say, for example, developer or client. Okay, so we get concept
Okay.
design approval. Then after that we do the schematic design. So in the schematic design, we do a lot of calculations. Okay. So after
Okay.
schematic design, we will incorporate in the detailed design. Detailed design means based on the manufacturer, the information, based on the typical detail, what is available in the market, detailed calculations, and the equipment sizing.
Okay.
Okay. So equipment schedule. This all will come in detailed design. Then after that, we will float in the authority approvals. Okay. Then you have a Dubai municipality. You have Dubai civil defense. Then you have a Truckies for
Okay.
architectural. You have a
Okay.
security Dubai police for the security systems. Okay, so you have a different
Okay.
authorities, like you have a Deva
Mm.
for electrical. So when you submit for authority, you will have a lot of comments coming from the authority. You have to comply that. You have to comply these to get local
Mm.
regulations complaints. So you will get a lot of comments.
Okay.
Say maybe you have 100 comments or 200 comments. Okay, so when you start incorporating
Okay.
all the comments, you will incorporate in your detailed design. Then again, you will start floating in the market. Okay, you will send it to different
Okay.
contractors because you have to select the contractor,
Okay.
right? So after selecting the
Yes.
contractor, you will have a say for example, lot of queries from the contractor. Okay, so that contractor maybe
Yeah.
sometime your design also may not feasible to workable to constructed. Maybe whatever you design, it's not feasible for construction sometime. Okay, so you will get a lot of comments from the contractor. Okay, so then again you will incorporate all the authority comments, contractor comments, who were the market. Then you will incorporate and you will generate a final design which is called IFC. Okay, so that will
Yeah.
be issued to the market for the construction. So that will go to the contractor, the selected contractor. He will start constructing the buildings. Okay, so that is called IFC, issued for
Okay.
construction. But before the construction, you have a different stage. As I said, concept stage, schematic design, detailed design. Then you will float it into the market. You will float into the authority. Then you will have a lot of comments.
Okay.
You will incorporate into
Okay.
the design. Then finally, you will issue as a issued for construction.
Before
Clear?
construction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Then, okay, if you talk about building design, see, for example, see, when there is architectural, you have a plot. This is your plot limit, right? This is your
Yeah.
own land. This is your own land. But you have to consider about main road access, okay, and whatever the
Okay.
pathway, then your vehicle access, everything you should consider. Okay, so what is the requirement? That is also given here. Then you have to consider the space for vehicle allowed, access allowed space, okay, for the light vehicles.
Okay.
Okay, so vehicle access not
Okay.
allowed, something like that, right? In your plot limit. Okay. So
Okay.
if you talk about one warehouse project, you can see that this is a warehouse, then your light vehicle
Okay.
parking, your vehicle entrance
Okay.
for light vehicle, vehicle entrance for the
Mm.
heavy vehicle. This is your plot limit.
Mm.
So these are the things
Okay.
to be designed by architectural design. This is a requirement from the because you cannot construct your warehouse along with the plot limit, right?
Yes.
So this is the minimum requirement. Okay. And if you go further down, you can see this is the plot coverage. This is your plot limit. And inside the plot limit, you are
Mm.
going to construct the building.
Okay.
So this is the main building. So what is the requirement? What is the space you have to give? That is given in the guideline here. And say for example, you have a height. This is the building height, and this is your maximum height, floor to floor height.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. So if you go further down, can you see this requirement here? For example, this is the internal clear height for different buildings. Remember, you might have seen
Okay.
there is a building, okay, and you have a particular floor. You see there is a clear height,
Okay.
okay, and then you may have a beam or you may have a RCP, a false ceiling.
Okay.
Then after that you have a beam, the further floor.
Okay.
The slab
Slab.
of the
Okay.
further floor. Okay, so what is the type? You can see that there are building types. Okay, you have
Residential.
residential type, commercial type, office buildings, commercial centers. So what is the minimum height as per the regulations? So this you have to maintain.
Okay.
Okay, you might have seen sometime the contractor will come and say that I cannot install my MEP services, so just lower down the fall ceiling, right? You might have heard that experience, right?
Yeah. Yes.
But you cannot lower it down from the authority regulations. Say for example, you have already cut 2.5, and some people will come and say that I cannot install my MP services, so just lower down to 2.4. It's not acceptable, right?
Yes.
So that idea you will get it from here. So if the MEP contractor have this knowledge, then he will not ask you to lower it down. Okay. If you don't have a knowledge, that is why
Yeah.
he will ask you to lower it down. But if you know that yes, this is the local regulations from even for the architectural, then you cannot lower it down from 2.5 to below. But if some consultant, if he design 2.8 2.8 meter, for example, and he is not asking you to lower it down, he is not accepting you to lower it down, then you can have a right to tell them that this is my uh, architectural guideline and they are saying the 2.5, so why you are not giving space for MEP service to install, why you are keeping it 2.8 meter, you can ask that knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So this is the guideline. Okay, so this is the minimum net height for the residential building. You have to keep it 2.7. You cannot lower it down from the 2.7. If you have a mosque, you should have 3.6. If you have an office area, 2.5. Okay, and the maximum net height, you cannot build it some building that I will construct at 6 meter. I will construct at 10 meter. You cannot do that. And also you have a maximum net limit, maximum height, because when you increase the height, automatically your building height will increase, right? The total building height will increase. So what is the restriction?
Yeah.
Minimum you can keep 2.7, but for the luxurious purpose you can go up to 4.4, 4.2, but not more than that.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the regulations. Clear?
Okay.
Okay, so this is the way, if you
Okay.
see the building heights, how it is decided, you have a ground floor, first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor. Then you sometime when you
Mm.
construct 10 floor, so what is your building height? This is defined based on this one. So what is the height? This is the clear height for the human comfort, plus you have a spaces for the MEP services, that is called attic
MAP
spaces.
services.
Yeah, then you have a beam, then you have a slab
Actually.
thickness. So based on that calculation, only your total building floor height will be calculated.
Okay.
Okay, you have a clear height for the human comfort, then plus you have a MEP services installation, that is called attic space, then you have a beam, that is for the structural calculations, then you have a slab height for the next floor. So this is your total building floor, building height. Okay, so that is also given here. If you try to read step by step, whenever you have a time, try to go through. It's not that mandatory to read one by one. Okay, but whatever you like,
Okay.
whatever you want to read in detail, you can read it. Say, for example, you see this table, you want to understand what is the height, then just try to glance. Okay, yeah, something is mentioned here. Okay, something is mentioned here,
Okay.
so you can read like that. Okay, okay, there is a building setback area. Okay, so you can see that there is a building setback. Okay, so what is the building setback? You cannot construct one building in the plot limit. Okay, so how much minimum you can construct? So say for example, there is a space between your plot limit to the building. So that is called building
Okay.
setbacks. Okay, so if you see here, this is the building setback. Okay, so this is your plot limit, and you have to provide some spaces
Okay.
to start your building, to construct your building. So whenever you see the, say for example, if you are working in some architectural design, okay, and the local regulation will tell you that when you have to start your building from the space, from the plot limit, you have to provide some distance. Maybe sometimes they will say that 10 meter, or sometimes they will say that 5 meter. Say here, for example, the minimum setback within one development between the main building and any annexure shall be 3 meters. See, for example, this is 3 meter.
Okay.
Okay, and from the plot limit, what is the distance? 5.5 meter.
Okay.
So this guideline you have to
See,
follow.
I
So whenever
have
you
a
build,
question.
yeah,
This is the minimum 5.5 meter. It's for all building, or
no, no, it is,
minimum setback.
yeah.
This setback is given by the municipality.
Yeah, there
How
is a
it will
municipal.
be?
Yeah, it will be given different
Uh,
buildings. See, this is for industrial districts.
okay.
Okay, so if you read this guideline, each and every building, type of building, they have given what is the setback limit.
So they will give us, right? The
Yeah, they will give us.
municipality
They
will
will.
give us.
They will give us.
So
Yes,
we
yes,
so we have to keep that minimum.
yes. Minimum. Even see, for example, whenever you submit for the authority submission for your architectural drawing, okay, they will also check that what is the space, what is the setback area you have considered.
Hmm. And if that there is a question, if okay, if I am putting a shaft in the boundary area, the setback building boundary area, it will also consider, or the actual building limit is considered.
See, can you see here, for example, your question? It's answered
Yeah,
here. This is the
yeah,
staircase they
yeah,
have
yeah.
considered, right? This is a staircase.
Yes.
So
Okay.
even your setback area is from there. It is not that whatever is external from there it is considered.
Whatever is external, if it is the even it is only in the typical floor, that also it
Yes,
will
yes,
consider
yes,
that
yes.
also.
Of course, yes, of course, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. See here, for example, here you can see one projection. Maybe this projection they don't care
Yes,
whether it is a shaft or it is a space or whatever it is, but they are starting
they
from
will
here only.
consider.
Yes. Okay. So this is
Okay.
your answer to
And
your questions. Yeah.
and one more thing, okay, what I saw in some buildings, okay, whatever building we are doing, some buildings, so there will be a setback area. In some buildings, there is no setback area. It is they are building the building in the plot limit. Is there is any like
No,
what
it's
I
not
said? It is
accepted. No, it's not
TD.
accepted. See, in your plot limit, you can have a compound wall, okay, and you can have an entrance with a
No,
gate.
no. Building we are doing? Actually, we are doing two buildings. Okay, one building in both are in Alvarsha, but one is under DD and one is under DM. One is under DD. It is coming. It is setback is there around 10 meter. One is under the DM. It is there is no setback. They are making the building in the plot limit.
That means whatever they are constructing the
But
wall.
after the what I'm thinking, after the podium level they are making a setback.
No, see, actually speaking, I
Ah,
will also try to search your standard. Okay, whenever you construct some
yeah.
basement, maybe it can be in the
Mm.
plot limit. When you construct basement,
Okay.
okay, but when you
Okay.
come up, you have a ground floor. There is some setback area. When you go to the podium, then again you have some setback area. When you have a tower, you have some setback area. Okay,
Mm, okay.
this type of, because when I worked one of the international projects, we have this type of query scale. So when we have a basement,
Mm.
yes, basement, absolutely, you don't need to go. There is no setback limit for the basements. You can have exactly in that particular area. For example, okay, but I will, if you have this type of questions, I will try to get exact
Mm.
answer, and I will post it. Okay, I will post it for you.
Yeah, please, because what I saw up to podium level there is no setback. After that only
Okay.
the setback is there.
Okay, this particular questions I will
Mm.
come with some my supporting document, and I will share it with you. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Then further you have a plot fencing standard is the space technical requirement. See, for example, whenever you construct some space, say for example you have a meeting room, you have a circular
Okay.
meeting room, then you have a bedrooms with dressing rooms, and you have a bedrooms. So can you see the distance? What is the minimum distance? Should be more than 3
Yeah.
meter. This distance.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever the architectural people, whenever they have a space, they will make a block by block, right? So for example, if you have a
Yeah.
bedroom, they will make a block. They have a block already, so they will keep that block in that architectural space planning.
Okay.
Okay, say for example, I will tell you, for example, okay, what I'm saying. Uh, uh, Say for example, I will take the one empty pages. Okay, so in this particular one, they have one one bedroom plot, right? Okay. So in that
Okay.
area, what they are going to do, they are going to make a bedroom. So this bedroom, there is a bed,
Okay.
something like this, and say for example, you have
Okay.
some other table, something like that. So what is the distance they will keep? They will keep as per this distance, 3 meter. Okay.
Okay.
And then what is the length?
Mm.
So that length is already given here. Okay. So this length they will make it as per this, say 3 meter, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
then they will be having a door. For example, there is a door here. So what is the door width? So this door width is based on
Or
this
not.
0.9 meter.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then after that they have a toilet. So they will try to choose, because this is my you are choosing, right? Whether you can go with one wash
Yeah.
basin and one WC, or you can go with one wash basin, one WC, and one shower, or you can go with shower tray. This is up to us. Okay, say for example, I want to go
Okay.
with this one. I want to go with this type. So what I will do, I will keep 1.8 meter. For suppose I will be keeping like this 1.8 meter here, and with shower, okay, and with the WC, with the wash basin, right?
Okay.
And I have this entrance here, for example. So I will make one entrance here from the bedroom.
Okay.
Okay, then I can do my toilet. For example, this is my toilet here. Then I will go with the kitchen, pantry. This is my pantry, right? Kitchen area.
Yeah.
So what is the kitchen area? Then I want to go with something like this. Say for example, I want to go with some. Say for example, I want to go with some kitchen. So this is my kitchen area.
Okay.
Okay. So in this particular kitchen, what is that? This is my entrance. For example, this is my entrance here. So I will make this entrance here. For example, okay, and I will be keeping my pantry, kitchen sink, something like this. I will keep my kitchen sink here. Okay,
Okay.
and say for example, I have a window. So I can keep that window here. Okay, so can I design like
Okay.
this as architectural? Can I design like that, for example? Okay,
Yeah.
then I have a main door here. For example, I have a main door. So this is my corridor to enter here, and I will go to the bedroom. I will go to the toilet, or I can go to the toilet to my bedroom, or maybe if I want a little bit
Okay.
luxurious, if I have a
I
space,
have the.
I can make it bigger toilets, right?
Okay.
I
Yeah.
can make it bigger toilet here like this, for example. So this is my corridor, going to the kitchen, going to the bedroom, going to the toilet here. Then this is my corridor,
Okay.
something like that. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the way the architect used to design. Okay. And for this particular area, only you are going to do the MEP calculations, maybe electrical, lighting, power, or AC design, or smoke management, or the chilled water calculation. I can do it from here, right? So I know the basic
Yeah.
how this particular building is designed. Then I can do my calculations, MEP calculations. Okay. So here also you can see that area calculation per person. If I have a 10 person in my office, I have to design minimum of 23 square meter. I cannot have a 10 person in my office and I cannot have my space only 50 square meter.
Okay.
Okay. So this is also the basic regulations. So whenever you submit to the authority for truckies, they will check all these regulations. Otherwise, they will give the command that your office building, they will also ask you for the occupancy calculation, right? So when you give occupancy calculation, you have to give for 5%, 5 into 9.3, what is the area? Then only you have to give. If you give for 10% and if you give area of 50 square meter, they will give the comment, especially, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then when I go further, what is the window dimensions? Minimum dimension for the window. Okay. And what is my space? You can see the space here. So these are the window requirements. And what is the dimensions from the window from the bottom? What is the dimension? And if I have designed for my pantry, what is the height for from the window?
Okay.
So maybe you can, if you have a pantry in your home, you can measure it. What is the distance from the bottom to the window? So what is the dimension? So this is based on that regulations, right?
Okay.
If there is no kitchen sink, you can go with the 0.9. But if you go with the kitchen sink, you have to go with 1.25. Okay.
This window is mandatory in every kitchen, right?
Yeah, every kitchen there is a window. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And you can see that what is the door dimensions. You can see the building main door, what is the dimension. Apartment main door, what is the dimension. Bedroom and offices, what is the dimension. So this is the window door locations, door dimensions.
Okay.
If you have a staircase, minimum should be 1.1. Minimum width. You can have a bigger, no problem. That is up to us. How much I have a space. Right.
Okay.
So this is about the door opening requirements, doors and escape routes. Okay. So these are different spaces. Okay. You can see the building height. See the building height here from the plot limit. This is the building height. You can see the setback area. This is a setback area. Okay. And you can see that this is a setback 3 meter from the, even if you have a balcony extension, from there only your setback starts.
Okay.
Okay, similarly here as well, you can see the building height, how that building height, the projections, balcony projections, what is the height of the balcony, what is the height of the canopy, top roof. So you have a different building stories, floor types. You have a basement, ground, there is a requirement. So in the basement you have a car park, right? The minimum clear unobstructed height of the basement and semi-basement for all functions shall be 2.4. You remember, you heard about all that. Whenever you go with the false ceiling, everyone say that you have to maintain 2.4 meter, 2.4 meter, right? 2.4. So that is this regulation says that. Okay, so that is why if you, even MEP consultant will not allow to go below 2.4. Otherwise, they will get a fine. You also know that one, right? Yeah. See, this is the ground floor. What is the requirements? Yes. Yeah, and you can see that mezzanine, what is the requirement. So you can read also, okay, try to read that guideline, you will get some deep dive. Okay, you have a rooftop. See that corridor, this is the access, route to the access to the site, corridors. So in the corridor, can you see how they design? There is a door. So if you have opposite to opposite, your door should not clash. Okay. Okay, and if you go further down, this is a kiosk area, 3 meter corridor width. Okay, if you go to the apartment, say for example you are in apartment, you can measure that corridor, how much? So not less than 1.8 meter. And when you enter in your apartment, when you have an entrance, so not less than 1.2 meter. Okay. It can be more, depends upon your space availability, but should not be less. Okay. And see, for example, if you have an elevator back to back, what is the distance you have to maintain? If you have one side elevator, what is the distance? Elevator lobby. Okay. And to see the staircases, how to design, what is the step size, what is the step size should be, okay, and how the staircase dimensions, width of the staircase, 1.1 meter, everything is given here. Okay, if you read this particular document, you will get some more information. Okay, if you have a staircase, curved staircase, see the staircase dimensions, how this, for example, if you are going from one floor to another floor, and what is the step, what is the dimension you have to provide, see the dimensions from the beam. If you have a beam, should be considered from the beam 2.4 meter. Okay, see that staircase locations. Say, for example, what is the staircase? See, the staircase location shall be approachable from any point of the building, in which farthest point shall not exceed 30 meter in distance.
Okay.
So, if you have exceed more than 30 meters, then you have to provide another additional staircase.
Another additional staircase.
Yes, that is why you see some of the building, you have a 3 staircases,
Yes.
2 staircases, right?
Yeah, it's mentioning in the life safety also.
Yes. You can see that electric elevator.
Okay.
See that staircase design, fire escape staircase. Because this staircase is in relation with your fire escape also, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then you can see that vehicle ramp. Okay, there is a vehicle ramp. You might have seen some area you are going down to the basement, up from the basement. So, what is the minimum dimension requirements? Okay, and what is the curve? What is the distance? See, this is 3 meter, but when you have a curve, 3.5 meter.
Okay.
And the radius should be 4.5.
Okay.
See that when you design the car park in the basement, what is the dimension they have given here? So, one car park should have a 5.5 meter by 2.5 meter.
2.5.
Okay, in case of parallel parking, what is the distance you have to provide? If you have two-way parking, what is the distance? If you have angled parking, what is the distance? Depends upon the angle. See the parking. This the same way. If you go to the basement, you will find this, right?
Yeah.
So see the distance.
2.8. Okay.
See the distance here. If you have a car parking, 90-degree angled parking. For cycle tracks, cycle stands, what is the distance? Because this why it is required, because this you will take this plot and you will paste it in your space planning.
Okay.
So then only your space planning can be perfectly in shape. And if you have a indoor car garages, so what is the dimension requirement? You will plot this particular garages in your plot limit. Say, for example, I have a car garage here. This is my building, but I have a car garage. Say, for example, this is my, for example, suppose I have villa. This is my plot limit. This is my landscaping area. This is my car park area. So, what is the car garage? My garage should be as per this dimension. If I have one car, what is the dimension? If I have a 2 car, what is the dimension? Okay, then I have a parking provision, depends upon the buildings, residential building, educational building, and I have a cultural building, industrial buildings, commercial buildings. Okay, how many car park you have to provide? The number of car park calculation. Okay, for example, if you have an educational building, one parking space for each class.
Okay.
One bus parking space per 3 classes.
Okay.
If I have a commercial building, one parking space per 50 square meter floor area for staff.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Visitors, 10% of parking provisions. Okay, showroom, one parking space per 70 square meter floor area. Okay, something like this, right? So you have each and every building, cultural building, industrial buildings. Then you have a loading and unloading bay areas. If you have mall, You might have seen this type of area, right? If you have warehouses, so what is the curvature you have to provide? The overall width requirement. See, angular parking. Then you have building types: residential building, villas, staff accommodation, really, okay, religious type buildings. Okay, in that religious type building, you can see how many fixtures you have to provide. For example, you have 150 fixture worshippers. Suppose if you are going to mosque, we have up to 150 worshippers. So you have to provide 3 wash basin, 3 lavatory, ablution area, 5 ablution area. So this also considered in the space planning, right?
Yeah.
Town centers. If you are rural area, your mosque in rural area. See that how the space planning is done. This is your mosque area. This is a prayer hall and your racks for shoes. Dimension, space planning. See that, for example, if you see the prayer room, ablution area. This is a gas station. What is the space? Sanitation requirements. Suppose general requirement, residential bathroom and lavatory. How many WC you have to provide? Wash basin you have to provide per person. 1 WC, 1 wash basin, 1 urinal per 10 person, per 10 people, right? Yeah. So this is the minimum requirements. And in case if you have a commercial building, office building, every 15 people, 15 male staff, you have to provide 1 WC wash basins. Okay, like that. If you have a female staff, up to 15 people, you have to provide 1 female toilets. Then you have a swimming pool requirement, how to design the swimming pool, what is the depth, what is the width, everything you have to provide here. Okay, garbage. If you have a garbage, you have a garbage trolleys. Okay, this is a corridor, you have to have a space, this much space, door, width, and the distance between the trolley to the wall, how much distance should be 0.3 meter. So based on this particular one, you will plot it here. Take this one and you will plot it here. Right?
Right.
Then the landscaping requirement. Tree. What is the distance between 2 trees?
Okay.
And what is the footpath? What is the dimension? And your interlock areas. Footpath, car parking.
Okay.
See, if you have a 2-way cycle path, what is the distance? If you have a single path, what is the distance?
Okay.
Utility services. Again, we are coming back to our MEP services. You have to design water supply tank. Say, for example, this is my villa. I need a water supply, right? So based on that water supply, I do the calculation and I will design my water supply tanks here. So from here, water supply, I will go to the water connection to the fixtures. Then I have a septic tanks. What are the drainage? I will have a septic tank here, for example. So how to calculate the septic tank size? Then I have a plumbing works. I have fixtures. Then I have a rainwater drainage. Suppose I have whatever the rainwater, it will be collected, and say for example it will go to the stormwater tank. Then I have a gas facilities. Maybe I have a gas filling station. So whenever the gas truck comes, there is a filling station here. From here, it will go to the gas station. There is a gas tank. Or you can fix the gas tank here. So whatever the gas, when the truck comes, they will fill, the gas will go store it here. So whenever I need for the kitchen, it can be delivered from the gas tank. Ventilation and air conditioning equipment. I have air conditioning equipments. So say for example, I have a AHU rooms. From here, I will fix my AHU. I will duct it to my buildings. Electricity, lighting and telephone installations. I have electrical rooms. I have telephone rooms. Say for example, I have a electrical rooms here for the DB to install. So I have a telephone room here. From here, I have a Etisalat connections or DU connections. From here, internet connection, I can take it from here.
Okay.
Right? And insulation requirements. So this is a deep dive. When you go into this architectural design, you will come to know that how to do the space planning based on the availability. So that is why if you have a multi-story building, that will be done based on this architectural space planning. Villa, commercial, supermarkets, office area, everything will be done based
Okay.
on these local regulations. Okay, this also extracted from the international regulations. Clear?
Clear.